At just 13 years old, he was getting into fights almost every day. Teachers gave up on him. Most people thought he'd end up in prison. But just a few years later, he became one of the most feared fighters on the planet. Mike Tyson. I'll be hiding a few gloves throughout the video. Try to find all the hidden gloves. Early life in Brooklyn. Mike Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York, in the Brownsville neighborhood, one of the most dangerous areas in the city. His childhood was shaped by poverty, crime, and instability. His father left early, and his mother struggled to raise Mike and his siblings alone. Growing up, Tyson was constantly exposed to violence on the streets. He was bullied for his soft voice and shy personality, which made him an easy target. But in Brownsville, weakness was something you could not afford. By the time he was 10 years old, Tyson had already been arrested multiple times for petty crimes like stealing and street fights. Most people around him believed he would either end up in prison or dead before adulthood. The turning point. Everything began to change when Tyson was sent to Tryon School for Boys, a reform school in upstate New York. At first, nothing about his future looked different. He was still angry, still lost, still violent. But one small moment changed everything. A school counselor named Bobby Stewart, a former boxer, noticed Tyson's raw power and speed during a fight in the yard. Instead of punishing him, Stewart introduced him to boxing training. That decision became the first real turning point in Tyson's life. Meeting Cus D'Amato. Soon after, Tyson was introduced to Cus D'Amato, a legendary boxing trainer known for discovering young talent. D'Amato immediately saw something special in Tyson. Not just strength, but a rare fighting instinct. He offered Tyson a place to train seriously and later became his legal guardian. After Tyson's mother died, D'Amato fully took him under his wing. For the first time in his life, Tyson had structure, discipline, and a father figure who believed in him. D'Amato taught Tyson the peek-boo boxing style, a defensive system built on constant head movement, tight guard, and explosive counterpunching. But more importantly, he taught Tyson mindset. He told him that fear could be controlled and turned into power. Tyson trained like a machine. He ran early in the morning, trained multiple times a day, and studied boxing mentally as much as physically. His entire life became boxing. The rise of a monster in the ring. Tyson turned professional in 1985 at just 18 years old. From the beginning, the boxing world realized something different was happening. Tyson was not just winning fights. He was destroying opponents in seconds. His speed, timing, and knockout power were overwhelming even experienced fighters. Most of his early matches ended in the first or second round. He quickly became a must-watch fighter, and the heavyweight division started to change around him. By 1986, Tyson was already making history. At just 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion ever after defeating Trevor Berbick. The victory shocked the world. A new era had begun. Tyson then unified the heavyweight division by defeating James Bone Crusher Smith and Tony Tucker, becoming the undisputed champion. He was now the most feared fighter on the planet, the height of fame. During his peak, Tyson was more than a boxer. He was a global phenomenon. His image was everywhere. Intimidating stare, black trunks, and explosive knockouts. Many of his opponents were mentally defeated before stepping into the ring. Tyson's aura of invincibility was unmatched. However, behind the scenes, cracks were forming. After Cus D'Amato died in 1985, Tyson lost the strongest influence in his life. Without that structure, fame and money began to overwhelm him. The first great fall. In 1990, the world witnessed one of the biggest shocks in sports history. Tyson faced Buster Douglas, a 42-1 underdog. Nobody expected Tyson to lose. But Douglas fought the performance of his life, and Tyson was knocked out. His undefeated aura was gone in a single night. This loss marked the beginning of his decline. Legal troubles and prison. After the defeat, Tyson's personal life became increasingly unstable. Legal issues, bad decisions, and lack of discipline followed him. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and sentenced to prison, where he served nearly 3 years. This removed him from boxing during what should have been his physical prime. The world watched as one of the most dangerous fighters in history disappear behind bars. The comeback. Tyson was released in 1995 and returned to boxing with massive attention. Fans wanted to see if the old Tyson still existed. He came back strong, quickly winning fights and regaining 2 heavyweight titles by defeating Frank Bruno and Bruce Seldon. For a moment, it looked like the legend had returned. His knockouts were still powerful, and his presence still intimidating. The Holyfield controversy. In 1996 and 1997, Tyson fought Evander Holyfield twice. In the first fight, he was stopped. In the rematch, things took a shocking turn. During the fight, Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, leading to his disqualification. The moment became one of the most infamous incidents in sports history. Tyson's license was revoked, and his reputation was severely damaged. Final years in decline. After the Holyfield incident, Tyson's career never fully recovered. He continued fighting into the 2000s, but he was no longer the unstoppable force he once was. Losses, controversies, and inconsistency defined his later career. He officially retired in 2005, ending one of the most dramatic careers in boxing history. Legacy of a fallen champion. Despite everything, Tyson's legacy remains iconic. He is remembered as one of the most explosive heavyweight champions ever. His story is not just about boxing. It is about survival, discipline, fame, and loss of control. Tyson showed how talent can rise from the darkest places, but also how quickly it can fall without structure and guidance. Today, his name still carries massive weight in sports culture. He represents both greatness and chaos, discipline and destruction, success and downfall. His story continues to inspire documentaries, films, and discussions about what it truly takes to stay at the top.